Hey everyone, welcome to another video. Let's talk about tiny bags. Are tiny bags still in fashion? Are they still a thing? Now, the reason why I say this is because if you check out like the mainstream fashion news outlets like Vogue, Elle, etc., they will have you believe that the tiny bag is out of fashion and that actually it's the huge gargantuan bag which is in. And I think when it comes to true fashion, it's true. The larger bags are in. You see them around the place. Although, do you know something? I don't see them out on the street. I still see people carrying tiny bags. But what I want to do in this video is, if you're considering a tiny bag, I want to share with you how to get the perfect one that suits you, because there are downsides to them. And I'm going to start off by talking about height. I got really into tiny bags all the way back in 2016. I remember buying my first Chanel mini square, and it was in patent leather, and it was in like a coral colour. I bought this bag. It was about £1,800. Can you believe that? Because those bags are like 4K or something now. But I got it for £1,800, bought it in Harrods all the way back then. Ended up selling that bag because I wasn't using it. And then what did I do? A few years later, I went and bought another one, completely forgetting that I didn't use the first. So we're going to talk about this in a second, because I have a lot of you email me about this on the regular asking to buy it. So I'm going to come on to that in a second. But your height. What I would say is I'm 5'7", and it's taken me nearly 8 years to realise that actually tiny bags don't look great on me. Because of my height, I feel that they get completely lost and they don't really stand out and you don't really see them. And I also don't really use them anymore. I used to wear my tiny bags a lot, and it was because I didn't carry so much. Now I carry a lot more and I use them a lot less. So that's the first thing. I would definitely say consider your height. If you're still not sure, if you're going to go and look at a bag, or let's say you don't live near a store and you're thinking, I might order it online, have it posted to me, try it, see what I think, return it if I don't love it. Get a partner, a friend, get the salesperson in the store to just get your phone and film you. And don't do like too much of a close-up one, because then you're going to see the bag. I mean, step back a little bit. Have that person film you or photograph you from a slight distance, and that will give you a better perspective on how the bag is actually looking. Because those kind of selfies that we all do, where we stand quite close to the mirror and you can see the bag and it looks really cute, that's all great, but it warps your perspective, because it makes you feel like the bag is popping when actually from a distance it might get completely lost. So do that, and then go away. Don't buy the bag straight away unless they tell you there's only one left. They do that. There's only one left and everyone wants it. But go away, have a coffee, have some lunch, have a look at those pictures, have a look at that video, make up your mind that way. Don't jump in. I used to jump in all the time, and now I have this thing where I call it like the minimum 3-week rule, where I don't buy something for at least 3 weeks. If I see something I love, I don't jump into it anymore. I will wait, because half the time I go off the item and I'm thinking, oh, I'm glad I didn't buy that because there's something else I want now. So do that, the 3-week rule, it's a thing. The other thing to talk about is, unless you're getting something that's exclusively a top handle, check out the drop length on the chain. Some bags, depending on your height, the drop length of them sits in a different position and you might find it irritating. So for example, with the little Chanel square, you can't adjust the chain drop length on this as such. It is what it is. Now on me, 5'7", I feel like this sits on my hip. It sits in like a really good spot. I feel like it's convenient. It feels fine. A bit unlike the medium-sized classic flap, which on me sits like pretty much under my arm. It's really, really annoying, and I don't wear it crossbody for that reason. And I don't really like shoulder bags because they slip off. I always prefer either a top handle or a crossbody. But check the crossbody chain. Make sure that it fits, not just crossbody, but also on your shoulder, because this is another thing. On some bags, the chain cannot be removed, and you might find that you don't use the bag very much because of that. Another bag I own, which I don't use that much either, is this. It's so pretty. It's a lemon yellow cocoa top handle from Chanel. I bought this back in 2017. I remember getting this. I bought this at Heathrow Airport. And I don't normally buy anything at the airport or like when I'm abroad, unless I see something that I've never seen before and you pretty much can't get it. And I saw this and I fell in love with it. And it's a bag that I have used, but I pretty much only really use this in the spring and mainly in the summer actually because of the colour of it. But this also comes with a crossbody strap, and I need to tell you about this because if you are thinking about this bag, can you still get this bag? Someone tell me, can you still get this bag? The handle that you get with it, it's tiny. Like the little, it doesn't really, you can get it crossbody, but it's a squeeze. This is really to sit on your shoulder. So if you are looking at the bag and you want to wear it crossbody and it's a tiny bag, think about the strap handle that goes with it. Another one that's crazy, oh my gosh. The Lady DIOR in the mini size. Again, if you're petite, you might want to know about this. It comes with a crossbody chain handle, which looks like this. Looks like that across the top, and it's just like regular chain. You can't adjust the drop length, and the drop length on this is quite long. I find the drop length is too long to be worn on my shoulder. Perfect for crossbody though on me, but if you're someone who's more petite, you might find that you don't even reach for this chain, to be fair. It might just sit that bit too low on you. So this is really what I'm saying, is before you buy this stuff, don't do what I used to do, which is get caught into the excitement of it all, and then without really thinking or considering, you part with your money, only to find a few weeks later, once the excitement's worn off, you're kind of like left with a bag that you don't really use, and you end up going back to your old bags that you kind of always relied on. And that's what I've got with these small bags. Now, talking about this one, because I actually have a lot of you email me, as I mentioned, asking to buy this. It's not for sale yet. I'm not looking to sell it. I might in the future. I probably will sell it in the future because I don't use it. I've never used it. It's pristine. It's never been used. I bought it. It sits on a shelf in my office and I love looking at it and it's so cute, but I don't use it. I don't use it because like this is my largest phone. It's a phone I don't use anymore, but this is a good example. To fit this phone in, you've got to go diagonal with it. It's just not ideal. Does it even fit? Yeah, it does, but it's a squeeze. And you've got to do this with it. See what I mean? It's not ideal. So don't make my mistake. Go and try the bag first. Another one which I really like is this from Fendi. This is the Come On bag. I like Fendi because you get a lot for your money. This is one thing I've noticed with them, is you can get a lot of bag for under 2K. And in this day and age, how much these bags are, that I feel is quite rare. I really feel like that's quite rare to be able to do that. But this is a great bag that I got for, I think it was about £1,800. But there's another one from Fendi, which if you want to spend even less, and it's just as cute, is this. This is the Trésor bag. It's in like a sage green colour. It's got the monogram on it round there. This is £1,450. And you can get it in different colours. You can get it in leather. I think the leather one's like a little bit more expensive, but not much. And see what I mean? You can go to, and this is actually good. This fits a lot. This is a mini bag that I do actually use a lot. The only downside, it's not a downside for me, but it might be for you, is the crossbody strap is quite long. So again, on me, it sits perfectly on the hip, but on you, if you're more petite, you might find that it sits a bit too low. The benefit though of this bag is you can actually remove that. And then you know what you do? You go onto Etsy. Etsy have got some fabulous crossbody chain leather straps that you can buy and then clip it on the side. So I would definitely say to do that. But these are two really good bags. This is one I'm not using so much because I bought this and I had been thinking, I did do the 3-week rule with it. In fact, I think I left it longer than 3 weeks. And I went in and I got it, and the stuff I had with me on the day fitted. But thinking about it, I didn't have everything with me on the day that I would normally carry around. And when I got home, I realised that I can get my stuff in it, but it's a tight squeeze. And it means that if I need to get my card holder out, or if I need to get out my phone, I've got to take everything out in order to get that one item out. So can you see what I'm saying? If you're going to go and buy these bags, take your stuff with you and make sure it fits. So do I think that small bags are still in? Absolutely. I think if you look at the mainstream media when it comes to fashion, they will tell you otherwise, but I think mini bags are very much here to stay. But they can be annoying, and they can be the kind of thing that you buy and you don't use that much, particularly because they tend to be cheaper, or they are cheaper than the larger versions. So that's it's another means of encouraging you to go and buy it when it's maybe not going to be right for you. So sometimes it's worth saving up that bit extra and getting the next size up. So they're my thoughts. Let me know what you think. Are there any of these bags you like? Are there any that you really don't like? Bags that I showed you. What do you think of the Cocoa top handle when it comes to that chain strap? Do you own that bag? Do you find that chain annoying? Do you not even use it at all because it's kind of pointless? Let me know what you think. And what do you think about the height thing? Do you think height is important? Do you bear this in mind when you go and buy a bag? Let me know. Do you do the photo thing, the video thing? That's a really good tip, by the way. Always do that before you buy anything, clothes, bag, anything. It really, really helps you out to know if stuff actually looks good. Tell you what, the amount of times that I have bought things online and then I do a video and I try them on for you and I edit it back and I think, that looks horrific. But I thought it looked really good. But when I see it on camera, I realise how bad it looks. Or sometimes the other way around. Sometimes I'll try something on and I'm like, oh God, no. And I look at it on camera and I'm like, actually, it looks quite cool. So do the camera thing. Thank you all for watching. If you have enjoyed this, come and join me in another video. I'll link to one here and one here. Thank you, and hopefully I will see you in a short moment.